Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes vlog. I'm Lena Gehrig, and today we have some wonderful new Dazzle stickers from hot off the press. And this one right here, this is the Orchid Dazzle stickers sheet. This is the Fuchsia sheet, and this is the Calla Lily sheet. And I'm going to show you how to make some really beautiful cards with these using some glittery, sparkly, self-adhesive sheets and also some alcohol inks, rather alcohol pens. So let's first take a look at the Calla Lilies. So here's a card that I did. This uses one of my favorite interlocking ovals die cut cards from hot off the press. You can see just like that, and the thinking view is on the inside. And this card was really easy to put together. I used the Lace and Roses paper pack from hot off the press. And then the interlocking ovals die cut cards, if you haven't seen these, they come already to go. They're already die cut. They're really easy to assemble, and you get 3 cards and 3 envelopes in each package. And before we get to our coloring, I'm going to show you how these work. So when you take them out of the package, they look like this, and you just go ahead and remove little bits that you don't need. There you go. All right, so now it's interlocked just like that, but we need to get our little pretty frame to go around it. There we are. And then this oval, we're going to save to go on the inside of the card. It's a little bit larger than what we need for the outside. There we go. And then you get a spare oval that's slightly smaller than the one that was evacuated from the frame. And that's important because it's going to go right here over this half oval. And if you use the larger one, it wouldn't fit through the frame. Okay, so it goes like that. And then it's fun to cover these with paper, or you can ink them. And then I like to foam tape them right over the first one. So you get a little bit of dimension there. And I just covered this with some pink pattern paper, and then just went over the edges with some black ink just to bring out the black that's in the Dazzle. All right, so let's get to the coloring part. So we're going to take this inner oval. I'm going to take one of these. I like to start peeling the Dazzles and then kind of give it support on each side as I'm pulling it. There we go. Because there's lots of little parts that can move around. And then when laying it down, oops, kind of like a little spider web. When laying it down, I like to start at the bottom, make sure that that's nice and straight, and just sort of do a little pat. Oh, and see, now it's not straight. I don't like that. What's great is they're repositional, at least for the first few times that you're laying them down. There we go. If you get them pulled up pretty quick, you get another try at least. All right. There. You just pat it down so everything is connecting. And then I love the Tri-Blend markers. So if you haven't used these, they're Tri-Blend by Spectrum Noir, and they're alcohol ink pens, and they work with 3 pens in one. There's a light color of pink, a medium color of pink, and a dark color of pink. And this one is Pale Pink Blend that I started off with. And then the yellow is Light Yellow Blend, and I also liked the Dull Green Blend. It's probably my favorite shade. So we're going to start by coloring the inside of the Calla Lily and doing that stamen with the darkest color of yellow. Then I like to use the medium shade and just kind of go around that stamen, because we're going to do pink on the rest and we want to color that in really well. All right, so now we're going to do the darkest shade. And I'm only going to color one of these because of the time. And then I go to the medium shade and I just blend that right in. Start by blending it in with the darker. And then when you hit that yellow, just start blending it in with the yellow. And then I'm gonna go to the lightest shade. And we do this so that it's just got that variance of color. Blending with alcohol inks is not difficult if you have this gradient of color all in one. You don't have to keep switching pens and remembering which color you had. They're just all in this one. There we go. So there's the top there. Might want to zoom in a little bit there, Steve. Okay, now I'm going to go to the dark. And I'm going to do the darker one right under sort of the base of the lily. And then we're going down to the medium, blending that right into the dark. And then we're starting with the light and we're going right in to the medium. There we go. So it's just a really subtle, sort of variegated look there. And then with the green for the leaf, I like to take that dark color and put it right kind of down next to that blossom. And then we're going to go blend that with the medium. Okay, and then we're going to go to the light. And with the light green, you can pretty much go over the entire leaf, even the part that you just colored, to blend that. And I think that's just a foolproof way to get it so you don't have that seam between the colors. You're just going right into that dark color with the light. Okay, there we go. That's just as easy as can be. And then around the outside edge, I just took probably like the medium yellow and just went and colored that just within that rectangle. Just add that pop of color and go all the way down around with that, okay? Just as easy as can be. And then you can foam tape this circle back to the center of the card. All right, let's take a look at another card. This one used the orchids. Here we go. And the paper pack that I used with this was Denim Bouquet from Hot Off the Press. And I also used, I just took advantage of this oval shape again and made my own window card by using the 12 oval and scalloped cutting dies from Hot Off the Press. This is brand new. And started off by cutting my card down from 6.5 inches to 6 inches wide. And then I just opened that up and put my center oval here. This is just one of the ovals, and then ran it through my machine. And I did that because I used the Big Shot, and the Big Shot die cutting machine has about a 6-inch wide platform. So I wanted to make sure that that could pass through easily. And then I just made the frame using the same size oval for the inside and then a scalloped oval for the outside. Okay, and then for the inside of my orchids, I actually backed each one, or each of the two. Well, actually, Debbie made this card. I shouldn't take credit for Debbie's card. And I backed, or she backed, each of those with, this is the Jewel Sparkle and Shine adhesive sheets, which are just wonderful. And she backed the first one with this sort of silver pearl, and then the sparkling pink, which that wasn't it. Here we go. And here somewhere. Here we go, it's stuck. There's the sparkle. So sparkling pink for the center of each flower. And then for the tiniest little center, she actually just took the gold Jewel Dazzle stickers and took one of these large ones or medium-sized ones right here and just plunked that right down in the center like that, which I thought was very clever. That way she didn't have to cut another little piece to go in there. So let me show you on this next card how you back these dazzles with these beautiful sparkly adhesive sheets. Here is another card. Okay, let me get organized here, everybody. So this card is one that I made, and it's using the fuchsia. And what I did with this card is it's got a flap on it. So you lift this up, and then you open this up. And how I started with this is just It's just a standard card, and then I cut away from the right front only. I grab my ruler here. I cut away about 1 3/4 inches from that flap, okay? So cut that out, covered this with black cardstock, used some pretty paper from Twirls Upon Swirls paper pack from Hot Off the Press. That's a new one, which we love. And then I'm ready to do some coloring here. So let me find my sheet. Here it is. All right, and I need a piece of white card. I know I brought some with me. Just a moment as I search desperately for my white cardstock. Here it is. I buried it under all my goodies. All right, so what we're going to do is going to take, what I love about these sheets is each one has 2 separate focals, and sometimes they vary a little bit in which direction they're going. So you have a right facing or a left facing with this one, this adorable hummingbird. All right, so we're going to pull that up. Okay, and then we're going to use, here we go. All right, so this part is just a little bit tricky. It's a little sticky, but don't panic. I'm going to show you how we like to do these. All right, so I wanted to back this part, all the top part of the birds and the feathers, using this sort of turquoise sheet. That right there. There we go. So it doesn't matter that it's kind of extending off the sheet, because we really are just going for, there, I'm just going to use 2 hands. We're really just covering the back part of the bird and the wings. And then you've got to have really small scissors for this. This is very important. All right, so I'm going to do a little cutting here. And the great thing about this is, as we go, you can just sort of lift it under areas. You can actually put the point of your scissors under that dazzle. Yeah, I just put under there, lifted it with my point of my scissors. Going around those wings. And sometimes it's easiest just to kind of not do don't worry about making it perfect until you get this cut out from the big sheet. In fact, I'm just gonna remove that big sheet. Save that. Okay, we're gonna go around the wing. I'm going to use my scissor points to kind of lift up that dazzle again. And what's great about these sheets is they are sort of got this plastic coating on them so that dazzle sticks, but essentially it's not permanent until I get it all done and pat it down. I guess that's an important note, is that when you are placing your dazzle down the first time, if you're going to be doing some piecing like this with different colors, you know, maybe don't anchor it too hard. Almost done. There we go. Now we just have to cut a little bit away from the face part. So as you can see, I finished paper piecing or foil piecing my hummingbird. And after I finished each color, first I did the aqua or the turquoise because it had the most, and then I did this sort of lime green and then the fuchsia pink. Because these are self-adhesive sheets, I went ahead and removed the backing after I completed each step. And that was nice because as I placed another color down, it sort of held it in place for me. Okay, so that's all taken care of. Oh, I did notice here that part of my green is overlapping into my fuchsia blossom. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to put this down on some white cardstock, and then we'll just add a little coloring. Get all those air bubbles out. And it did occur to me that I did not show you the mirrored sheets. This is what I just finished using, this wonderful pack of all these beautiful colors. They're all self-adhesive. All right, so let's do some coloring. So for this particular one, I used the purple blend, my favorite dull green. Here's my purple blend, my dull green blend, and then the ice blue blend for the surrounding area. So I've already showed you how I do my leaves up here. So I'm going to start here by just going and doing the purple on the fuchsias. So I'm going to start off with my darkest color, and then doing the middle color, blending that right into the darker color. And you're just breaking things down into sort of thirds. All right, now we're going to go to the light, blending that light right into the middle color. There we go. And if you see sort of a definite line there between the colors, just go right over that with the lightest color and it'll blend it right in. Now we've got sort of the inside of one of the petals right here. I like to do that with a little bit of dark. All right. And then as far as the background blue goes, start at the top of the oval with the darkest shade of blue. Okay. Kind of get into these little niches here, so there's little elements of that darker blue. Now we're going to go to the mid. Starting by coloring it right into that darker. All right, now we're going to go to the light. And for the light, I pretty much just do the whole remaining oval, starting out by going right into that middle range, and going right down into the little crevices. Okay, so you can already start to see that change in color. It's going from darker to lighter all the way down. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and do one leaf scent. Just give a reminder, I like to do the darker and start with that mid-range up at the top. Oops. And then I'm just going to the light and just blending that right into the dark. Just like that. All right, so as you can see, all of these sheets. Very versatile, lots of fun techniques to use with them. We have a wonderful money saver on all 3 of the sheets. So check that out. If you're watching us on our vlog page, then it's directly below the video. And if you're watching us on YouTube, it's directly below the video in the description, as well as a link to paperwishes.com. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.